Push that button. And now we are recording. Yes, we are recording. Okay. Maybe that'll be the intro. We'll see. Welcome back, folks, to Bass and Barrel. Tonight, we're going to talk about my 5 favorite pours. Not necessarily hyper-allocated bottles or anything like that. Just good bottles that you can have on a day-to-day basis that's reasonably easy to find and not terribly expensive, you know? Unlike some. But I'll tell you what. I wouldn't even have this bottle if it wasn't for my buddy at work, Mike. Mad props to Mike. He had an unopened EH and he offered to sell it to me. And to top it off, he didn't decide to gouge me, which is awesome. So I got to give mad props out to my homie Mike at the office. Mad props, like, because it's a damn fine pour. So tonight I'll be drinking a little of Colonel. This is the single barrel. It's quite fantastic. No lie, it's quite fantastic. Might do a video on it. We'll see. It's one of these bottles that I wouldn't have it in this house if it wasn't for Mike. So you know, it's not like you're gonna walk into a store and find it on the shelf. So, figured I'd have a little of this and talk about my five favorite easily attainable pours. Some you'll see as the categories go, or as you'll see as the list goes. It's maybe not necessarily just one bottle. So, just warning, be prepared for that. So. Take a moment and just really appreciate what we have here. Oh, damn. Can I put it in this? These are nice glasses for sniffing on. Really makes everything waft right into the nasal. Right. It's quite nice. Same with the Glencairns. Like, totally get the Glencairns. If you like to drink it neat, the Glencairns, like, even compared to this glass, totally splashed all over. Jesus. The Glencairns, I think, are still superior to even this type of a sniffer, but something about them. Okay, so that's so good. Let me take a drink. It's first drink of the day. It seems to be the case with most of my videos. This is usually the first drink of the day. Okay, so the list. We're going to start out with Knob Creek 12 year. It's a winning purchase if you pick that one up, and I'll put some B-roll of whatever, so you probably won't be even seeing me talk. But Knob Creek 12 year. Just the 12 year is good. The 9 year is good, but I personally really like the 12 year. Super heavy on the brown sugar, spice, and it's so much richer than the 9 year. and it's sitting at a solid $64.99. That's what the Googles told me. So I actually went over to the Total Wine website too and double checked there just to make sure the prices were kind of, but yeah, $64.99 for the Knob Creek 12. Strong pour. It's excellent, tastes fantastic. Like I said, brown sugar, spice, and it's just a touch richer. As I spit, it's just a touch richer than the 9-year solid port. Definitely not dissing. I just really lean in on the 12. I generally, if I see it, I buy it just because it's good to have a backup of something that you want to pour regularly. And it's not like it's super difficult to find, but it's also not super easy to find. It's right in the middle. It's not quite at that allocated level, but it's still sometimes a little bit challenging, and some people still like to gouge you for it. So there's that. Okay, so that's number one. Is Knob Creek 12. Ripping good. Again, little B-roll I think I put up just to look at the bottle. I didn't want to bust out all that stuff and have it laying around here and all that. So I just figured I'd just film it. My number two. And this is in no particular order, just to make that known. Knob Creek 12 is not by any means number one. It's just the first one I have on the list. Jack Daniel's single barrel strength. Man, for $58.99, you cannot go wrong. Super rich, really oily, which is fantastic. It's sweet. Yeah, you got your oak, your cocoa, with a little pepper in there. It's just good. It makes your tongue tingle a little bit. It's got a good Kentucky hug, and for $50-$60, it's something you can lean into. It's pretty available, pretty easy to find usually. So that's number two. Maybe I'll put it in order at the end of the video. Maybe I'll let you guess. You could put your guesses down there, pause the video or whatever, put your guesses down in the comments, and then go up against what the number is when I get done. So, number three on the list, not number three as favorites, we'll talk about that later, is of course the almighty Russell's Reserve single barrel and the private barrels. I will generally reach for a private barrel before I grab the single barrel, but sometimes I just want that standard single barrel, and I'll grab the standard single barrel and hammer that back. Everybody that knows me knows that Russell's is probably my number one. Those generally are running, like the single barrel is going to be about $63.99, I believe is what the website said. So 60, 65. I've never really seen it 70. Now those private barrels, they're going to be closer to 70, 75, somewhere around there. But like you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong with a Russell single barrel. It's just that good. It's just, yeah. I'm going to go off on a tangent, so I'm going to stop myself there because damn, I really could. I could go off on it. So now let's talk about numero uno. Yeah, cool. And this is where things get a little weird because it's not necessarily just one particular bottle. It could be a series of different bottles or a series of different batches for that matter too, which is going to be the Elijah Craig barrel proofs. They're fantastic. I haven't had a bad one. I've had some that are not as good as this one or not as good as that one. But then I've had some bangers, like the B522 that I've got is fantastic. I haven't got into the 24s yet. I was only able to find one 23, which is the A123, which kind of sucks. I kind of wanted to find, was it C batch. I'm not going to get too crazy into the batches. Try to stay focused here and keep this bit short. Colonel. Cheers. So sweet. Honey. Oak. Man. All right, Elijah Craig, barrel proof. And those generally are right around 75 bucks. 70, 75 bucks, somewhere around there. And they're just excellent. It's you know, your caramel vanillas, barrel proof, lots of oak, dark caramels, lots of cinnamon spices and dark chocolates and orange peels. It's just, man, you see a barrel proof, no matter what the batch is, grab it. They've been changing the way they're doing things this last year, where it's not a solid 12-year age statement. The age statement seems to fluctuate, and there's been some questionable batches because of that. But it's still like even some of the questionable ones I've had have been just killer. So do with that information what you like. So the number 5 is kind of a general overall, kind of like the Elijah Craig, Bardstown Bourbon Company, and I tell you what, I've got several of their expressions. I've got the collaborative series. I think I've got 2 of the collaborative series. I've got the fusion, both of the wheated and the rye mash origins, Discovery series. Just excellent. I have not found a Bardstown Bourbon Company bottle that I have been unhappy with. Not once. The one time I picked up the Origin Series bottle, and I didn't look at what the mash bill was on the side of the bottle. And when I got home, I realized it was the wheated mash bill, and I was let down by that, but it was still excellent. So I mean, I wanted the rye mash bill. I didn't want the wheated, and I almost bought well, actually I did. I bought two of them before I realized the color was different on the damn label. It's like, dumbass, you know. Hey, learning's fun. Man, just gotta take a second, moment of silence, and a moment of silence for Michael. Cheers. I don't think he really even knows the impact of the gesture that he gave me. Like, that's great. I guess he does now. He's watching. So the big question was, what is the order, the actual, like 1 to 5, that I would lean in on? So let's finish this up and go through that. Cotton candy oak. It's got this like waxy mid palate. So good. Okay, so the order I would say. So naturally, I'm going to say number 1 is going to be Russell's Reserve all day long. Whether it be the Russell's 10 single barrel, the rye, the 6-year rye, or the single barrel rye, or the 13-year. That is going to be my first choice, absolutely, without question. It's going to be my first choice. Second choice, I got to look at the list here because, damn, I think my second choice would be the Jack Daniel's single barrel strength, just because it's such a treat to sniff on and sip. Like, you get that textbook Jack Daniel's flavor, except it's hitting at 1,000. You know, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. So Russell's, Jack Daniel's. I think at that point I'm jumping into the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof because Like I said, there's just not a bad bottle. Even the worst Elijah Craig barrel proof is better than some of the other ones that you have the option to take, saying no names. So Russell's, Jack, Elijah Craig. Then we're going Knob Creek because the 12 here is a little harder to find, so it wouldn't necessarily be my first reach for, but it would definitely beat out some of the other options. And then, of course, final, but Bardstown. And that, like, with so many different bottles in the mix, the Fusion, the Discovery, I think I would lean in on the Discovery series just because, first of all, I have 3 of them. I really like the 6, batch 6. Batch 9 is probably my least favorite of the 3. And then batch 10 is killer. But batch 6, I've been seeing more batch 6s around. Series number 6. Number 6 versus 10. 10 was kind of a bitch to find. So number 6, being I've seen a couple, I grab a backup, throw it in the closet, good to go. So that's the list. It's my first list. Crazy, huh? EHT. Well, a cheers to you. Thank you, especially if you made it this far. Appreciate you visiting. Damn screensaver turned on. That sucks. Means I've been babbling too damn long. That's what that means. That means the video needs to come to an end. So, again, I cheers to you. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. It's Base and Barrel. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, day, whatever. I know I always do that, and I'm not going to make a big scene out of it anymore, but have an awesome freaking time. Whatever time it is, have an awesome time. Later.